Hello, I'm Sally Mills from LaVolta and welcome to Digital Bullets. We put together a series of questions about issues and developments within the digital sector. We've asked some senior people and industry experts to give us their point of view. We've also given them 20 seconds to answer the questions or they get the chop. Hope you enjoy. Some people think mobile is a wank and that people will never watch ads about peanut butter on their phone. Some think mobile is going to be bigger than online, the tail that wags the dog. What's your view about mobile over the next 2 years and 5 years?
I think we will have advertising on mobile, and I think that mobile isn't a wank. It is the device which is already 3 times larger than every PC around the place. It's already in the pocket of everybody. It's the device that is on 24 hours a day in the hands of 95% of Australians. There is no way it's a device that can be ignored. And in the next 2 years, I think we're just going to see is people starting to use the device in much more intelligent ways. Right now, I think that consumers are smart about mobile and companies are dumb about mobiles. And in the next couple of years, we'll start to see companies get smart about mobile.
So without doubt, mobile will become the connector to all consumers, and it will be one of the most important mediums, if not the most important medium.
Generally, I'm really excited about mobile. I have been for a while, and I've been frustrated by how slowly it's taken off. Someone will run a peanut butter ad on a mobile phone in the next 5 years, I bet you. I don't know what I bet you, but I bet you. And secondly, I don't know that mobile will be bigger or smaller than the rest of digital or web digital, and I don't think that matters. I think what will happen is that as it becomes easier to publish on a mobile and easier to consume the content, people will, and already are, with the 3G iPhone, dramatically increasing their consumption. And as they do, the opportunity to monetize that via advertising will come in. And as consumers always do, they'll accept it if the deal is free content.
I think we'll still be talking about mobile in the terms today in the last 5 years, in 2 years' time. I've got an iPhone, they're great, the screen's much, much better. I don't know, I'm not going to watch an ad for peanut butter on my phone. I think it's about where you are as well. I mean, maybe it leans itself more towards time of day ad serving, and if you know someone's on the train and they're bored of reading MX, then they might actually want to see some content on their mobile.
I think probably, again, I'm not convinced that mobile is probably as good as a wank. But in terms of whether mobile is a wank, no, I think it's really good. Whether it's 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, don't know. It's not particularly important what the horizon is, but I think it's definitely the future.
I don't think people want to watch ads about peanut butter on a TV, a computer or a mobile phone unless they're really, really funny or they really, really like peanut butter. So at the end of the day, it's about delivering good quality, interesting content in a marketing format to the right person at the right time. And mobile actually offers you the ability to do that in some ways much more effectively than many of the other media channels that we've previously used.
Well, I'm very, very positive about mobile, and I think the time will come. It hasn't come yet, but it will. They're ubiquitous. We all have one. The bandwidth is no longer a constraint. The technology is no longer a constraint. What's been a constraint are a number of factors. Firstly, the user interface, and I think the iPhone demonstrates now that that can be resolved. And I think also the whole interrelationship between the content providers and the telcos. There's still an imbalance of power there, and I think fundamentally that will move towards a completely open environment. And as that occurs, I suspect that the utilisation of mobile non-voice, non-SMS will increase rather rapidly, and there'll be opportunities for marketing, advertising, and of course relevant applications. So I'm very positive about the future of mobile.
I'm not sure I'd describe it as wagging the dog, simply because we're talking about the internet just being accessed by a different device. And certainly you look around, you see people consuming content on their devices everywhere. And there's enough research, there's enough experience, enough campaigns are being conducted at the moment that we know people will do this. I think we just need to be a little bit patient. We went through the same thing with the internet. With people going on about the fact that it was a waste of time, it wouldn't work, people would had to buy a big expensive box, it was expensive to connect to. And I guess it just took a bit of time for people to get used to the fact that yes, it was a very useful thing in their lives, and certainly a mobile, everybody carries their mobile around, so I'm very confident about it. I just think there needs to be some patience and let the market unfold.
Well, I don't know if mobile can be bigger than online, because I think mobile is online, really. You know, it's just a device that you access online content. I think the growth is there. It's you know, obviously with the advent of the iPhone and how people interact with that, it's changed the way people access content. Data usage has gone through the roof. I think that, you know, new applications are being developed. I think people's interaction with the phone will change depending on the usability of the device. Whether it's just a novelty at this point, that's yet to be seen. I think it's going to, you know, let's see whether it stands the test of time, but I think it will.
I actually think it will be bigger eventually. I think it will be how my daughter lives her life, and she's 7 years old now. And why do I think that? It's because it's portable, it's personable, and with the power of cloud computing, it will have all the functionality that we have when we sit at our computer. So it will be very powerful. I think in the next 2 to 3 years, I think you'll see a lot of publishers test the medium to figure out how do they monetize it through content creation. But I don't think it's going to be advertising is going to take off until probably 3 to 5 years. Why? Because I think smartphone price points will have come down dramatically, and then consumer uptake will have gone up proportionately, and then hence it will be a viable ad revenue stream for everybody chasing those dollars.
The internet was created in 1969, and it's taken this long to get the sort of rich media content that we're seeing now being published. Mobiles is a lot newer than that, obviously, and I have no doubt that mobiles will be as large, if not larger, than online content experiences. I've no doubt that the audience for mobile web will supersede the audience for PC web. PC connections will go the same way as landlines. It's all about mobility.
I believe that mobile complements the internet. They're actually quite complementary, and whether people watch an advertisement on a mobile phone or watch it online, I think is irrelevant. What is important is that consumers are they have now had the choice whether they snack online or they snack over a mobile. And I think what we'll see increasingly over time is that mobile services, particularly location-based services, will become increasingly important. So I'm at your office now, I'm actually hungry. I basically click a few buttons and it tells me what cafes are available just down the road, and I can read the reviews. So that kind of stuff you can't do on your PC, but you can do on your mobile, but the two will very much be working hand in hand.
If you're on your iPhone and you're looking at the Sydney Morning Herald website, you're having a mobile marketing experience. So that's really important. What mobile marketing hasn't had in the past is infrastructure, a great infrastructure. But you know, the innovations like iBlaster, looking now to third-party ad serve mobile advertising, is going to really make the mobile advertising market more viable.